What's up, y'all? This is Rom coming back at you with yet another car video. The simple reason ugly, hot men win with women, despite not having model looks. Despite not having model looks. And that, just mean conventionally handsome and stuff. And it's a very simple reason. They simply work on other aspects of themselves that they build up their own attractiveness. That's it. It ain't that deep. See, here's the problem with a lot of men. They feel like you gotta have just a handsome face to get women. And they be like, yo, it's face, face, face. Yet they can never effectively explain why men who aren't considered conventionally handsome, indeed, are even called ugly, still get women. Now, they use a lot of celebrities and stuff, and they trying to figure out why. They be sitting there figuring out, well, you got this, and you got this, you got this. Apparently, common sense should say something else. Common sense should say something else, right? It's not always like just some simple thing. It really isn't. It really isn't. It isn't just like, oh, they just happen to have a face. Okay, fine. And let's be real. Yeah, women do go crazy over a man with a handsome face, but they getting fucked by some guys who don't necessarily have that. So apparently, yes, it's kind of like both true. Yes, women do go for handsome men. Yes, you should fix yourself up. But then there's some men out here who aren't so handsome, who are still getting women. So how are they doing it? Easily. They will emphasize the other aspects of themselves that's attractive. See, understand something with a woman. When they look at a man, they don't just look at one part. Yes, they look at his face, but they also look at his body. Yes, they look at his clothing style. Yes, they look at his height. I mean, let's just be real with it. Yes, they feel his charisma. There's both physical and intangible factors that's in there when a woman, right? When a woman is looking at a man. They ain't just looking at one thing. Because it cracks me up how many guys will get into what's called handsome man game, but hold up. Why would they need game if they handsome? Because women are looking for the other things. See, I'm going to tell you, let me be straight up. It's a female that relies just on her looks. That's some feminine shit. If you're a man and you think you just going to get by just on your looks, that's some feminine shit. I'm just going to say it. You got to have more. In fact, it's not really masculine. It really isn't. Because just relying on your looks, that's a more passive quality. Yeah, you can look at a rose and say, oh, it's a beautiful rose bush. It's a beautiful bush. But all it's doing is sitting there. It's not doing anything. Men do shit. And women, shit, they can go crazy over what you can do for yourself. Like, if you don't have that model handsome face, don't worry about it. It is what it is. A lot of women like a man with more ruggedness. A lot of women like that. They prefer that. They actually prefer a man who's more rugged looking, who ain't as super handsome and everything. Yeah, I gotta slow down. The po-po. Well, I'm on an Aberdeen Proving Ground right now. I had to drop my son off. Popo don't want me driving fast. I gotta drive slow. I know he's looking for me too. Yeah, you gotta go out this motherfucker real slow. Yeah, he's sitting there chilling. He gave me a break though. He stopped me because I was doing 40 in 25 mile zone because I got a heavy foot. Everybody be going slow on this motherfucker. Yeah. But anyway, look, yes, men go crazy over being handsome, but and I know some dudes feel like they were ugly. They would feel like, well, women don't want me. I'm ugly. Okay, what else you got going for you? Because obviously there's men out there who don't look as good, and especially you get some men on some suspect shit, be trying to look at another man and comparing themselves. I'm like, you might have some other shit going on for him. Hence why I talk body game. Shoot, I knew this one dude, women went crazy over his body. But the same women say, well, he look all right. You know, and that's just a physical thing. You still can dress well, all that. But then with women, you gotta understand, they looking for other shit too. You know, they looking for some charisma. You know, they looking for some charisma and everything. You know, you still gotta connect with them. So you get some guys out there, yeah, they might be homely, but they got the charisma of 10 men. You know, they got the charisma of 10 men and everything. So they, shit. Yeah, the woman might say that, you know, she might not be, you know, look at him, say he ain't handsome, but then they connect. He make her laugh. Hell. That's why you got some comedians and shit. Yeah, they might, or singers. Because what are singers doing? Make them feel good. Because guys, any guys who think it's just one thing, normally these are guys who ain't getting no play. They ain't getting no play. They be trying to figure out why. It's like, why he getting play? Why he getting play? He got some other shit. Because especially with one thing with women, you really don't know what a particular woman likes. Some women don't like a motherfucker who look better than them. Some women will go for a rougher looking man. Will even say they will go for a rougher looking man. They see it depends on the woman and really what's inside of her, what she gonna value, what she gonna consider attractive. But a man don't know this, so what all a man can really do is fix up as best as possible. His physical thing, but also had the right mindset. There's a lot of dudes who might look good to a woman, but what do I always say? He looked good till he opened his mouth. Because women will say that. Women will say instant dryness, and the guys can't figure it out because they thinking, well, I look good, okay. But that's a passive quality. That ain't even masculine. Women will go crazy over a guy who got a roughness to him, and he's masculine, and he's assertive, he's aggressive, but he don't look like a model. That really, seriously. Indeed, that's why you got some actual models. Shit, half of them don't want a woman anyway. Half of them. Let's keep it a buck. Any male model who's in that industry, they'll tell you. Sometimes if they heterosexual themselves, sometimes they gotta be like, you know, fight off a different type of guy. Let's just be real. You can't rely just most looks to do really is to like give you 40 extra seconds. I've mentioned several times that one model who said that. You know, he said that just give you a little bit of time and shit. But you still got, when you're talking about getting a woman, it's still more. Okay, because first you got to have the bait. You got to have the bait. You still got to draw them to you. Okay, you might not have that model handsome face, but you can dress well. You can dress fly as shit. You know? You still going to fix your hair up, still fix up everything about you as best as possible. You know? And the woman might be like... You know, the woman might be like, okay. But then you still got to have that conversation no matter how you look. And see, some dudes just got a great conversation. Then, you know, they'll call it a mouthpiece or something. But it's no magic to it, really. A lot of dudes think it's some magic word or something. I still remember that one guy hitting me up looking for some magic word to get women to want to have sex with him. I say, there ain't no magic word, dude. Because every woman is different. If there was a magic word, if there really was, let's hold up. Let's think about something. If there was some magic word or something, there wouldn't be any issues. Because everybody would use the word and then we wouldn't be talking about women. Everybody would use the word. Every single woman is different. Every single woman is different. They're going to want different things. But the only way you're going to find out is the connection. See, the bait gets them over there. So if you don't have that handsome face, okay, what else you got? You dress well? Okay, boom. That can get them over there. That style can get them over there. You know, you hit body game, got some muscles. Say, well, he don't look that good, but he got some muscles. Okay. All right, the woman might come over. All right, you can work on what you got. All right. And definitely if you had some height, I mean, I've talked about short kings, praised them, but if you got some height and everything, shit, that'll get their attention. But see, that's just the bait. You got some dudes, they can just talk. They can just talk. And it's not even like a magic word. It's because when you talking, all you're doing is connecting with the woman. That's all you're doing. But you can develop that. That's just practice. That's all that is. Practice talking with women. Like, you get a lot of guys, I give you a great example. A lot of guys complain about being, God damn, you gonna throw out some food, motherfucker. You got a lot of women who, a lot of men who, like, they get mad, they get put in the friend zone. I'm like, use that shit. A woman put you in the friend zone, start talking to her. Use that shit to your advantage and shit. Stupid little bitch. You know? Start, use that shit to your advantage and shit, man. If you're a friend zone, shoot, that's a woman you can practice on. You can practice conversation with her. Just talk. Seriously, just talk. You practice with her. Because then when you get with another woman, okay, say the woman put you in a friend zone, right? And a lot of guys get mad. It's like, no, learn from it. Plus, she might have some friends. I wish I had a dime every time some woman who was in a friend zone told me about someone. She said, yo, I got this friend. Boom. I don't know how much pussy I got behind that shit. But you can, one of the things, main things is, okay, you got that woman you can talk to. You can sit there and talk to her. In fact, she might even give you some insight. If she's truly a friend, she can give you some insight. She can tell you what you need to do. But that's the practice. Like I always talk about saying hi to 3 women a day. That's like building up a muscle. You know, just practice. And you don't have to fuck every woman you talk to. But if you practice talking to every woman that you can, and not just strangers, but, you know, have a few friends, shit, then when you meet that woman you want to fuck, you hit on that level of conversation. You hit on that level of conversation. But then take that a step up further. This is how you flirt, right? You take that up a step further with the woman you want. You compliment, you find something to compliment. Here's a little trick though. Don't compliment her beauty. Let me say that again. Don't compliment her beauty. She's used to that. As soon as you do that, she real beautiful. You compliment a beautiful woman. The first thing she do is roll her eyes, because she done heard it 1,000 times. She hear it about 50 times a day. I mean, sometimes literally 50 times a day. She heard that, so that ain't gonna work the same way, right? That's not gonna work the same way. But compliment what she wearing. Compliment that perfume. Find something on her that she had to fix. You know, if you know her in a social circle, she changed her hair. Say, oh man, your hair look nice. And I'm gonna tell you why that works. Because like I said, when a woman fixes up in the morning and she leave the house, most women, they can't handle it if you not they can't handle it if nobody say anything to them that day. All right? Now, like I said, if it's a really beautiful woman, don't compliment her. Don't compliment her face. Compliment everything else. How her earrings, something. Now, if it's an average looking woman, now you can call her beautiful, but you got to say it in such a way like, oh, wow, you're real beautiful. But don't be drooling and shit. It's how you do that. It's a little practice to that, right? Because nobody else say that shit to her. And she'll melt. She want to hear that. But in general, with any woman, just find something on them. Like, oh, nice shirt, nice clothes, nice shoes, shit like that, right? And then, you know, if you try to get with them, just don't talk to them like you're their brother, you know? Just talk with them. Get them laughing and shit. But that takes practice. But you get some ugly hot guys, you know, that's how they'll get the woman. They'll get that connection. All of a sudden, he starts looking better to her. That's how deep that shit is. he starts looking better to her. But that takes practice. Seriously. The only way you're going to learn that is to get out there. You ain't going to read some book or anything like that. You got to practice. You actually got to deal with a bunch of women and shit. Really learn that. But the thing is, you want to develop everything about you. Even if you handsome, you still want to develop. That's why a lot of handsome guys looking for a handsome man game can't figure it out. It was like, okay, you handsome. What else you got? There's a lot of nice guys that are handsome. I always talked about a friend of mine. That dude, I don't know if he might still be a virgin. I don't know, even though he should be in his 50s now. But he was a virgin for a long time. All the women called him handsome. But they say he was corny and shit. You know, that's the thing. What are you presenting? You know? And you gotta learn how to talk to the women in your tribe in a certain way. Because the thing with women overall, I don't give a shit what any of these guys online say. Because I actually deal with women. Yes, they'll like you. They'll give you some attention if you're handsome. Yeah, and you got to step up. But then you in fact, I'm going to tell you what. If you handsome, you actually got to have more game. Because they expect more. They got a higher expectation. So you got to have game if you handsome. But if you average looking or even ugly or something, like everything you start off, everything you add to the situation, everything you start off with, everything you say will be looked at in a positive manner. She'll look at you and be like, yeah, he ugly. But then you start spitting that game, you got that nice mouthpiece, you got that good conversation, all of a sudden they're going to be like, wait a minute. Or if you smell good, that's part of your bait too. Get those nice colognes, you dress well. They'll look at that shit and that's actually adding a point. But if you look real handsome to a woman, you starting off high, then they're going to take every little thing you do, they're going to take away. Every little thing you do. Trust me. So it's actually better. I'm going to be real. That's why if you really look at the men who really get to play, they might be in that average range. Because a woman will give them more chances. A woman will be like, oh, okay, I see what's up. You know, if you're more handsome, if you're more average. But if you handsome, shit, they're going to look for shit to take away from you. Or you look good, something must be wrong with them. They'll say that a lot. Something must be wrong. They'll look for shit wrong. They will look for shit wrong. You like, damn, what the fuck? That's why a lot of guys, handsome guys, sometimes you come off that way. You come off a little rough, though, and then hit them with some stuff. Boom. That's game. Now, I know what I probably just said is probably over some guys' heads, but they don't have the experience. Trust me. Trust me. Sometimes if you look, as long as you look average, decent, that's all you need. Women, like, if you look average, women actually give you some leeway. They ain't holding you to a high standard. And then ugly, they still gonna have some trouble initially getting a woman. But, they got an opening. They got an opening as long as they fix up everything else. So women paying attention to it. Women check you out head to toe. In fact, I'm famous for saying your shoes can get your dick sucked. I've had some women tell me they start at the shoes. So shit, dress up. Because you got a lot of guys, they feeling like they can't get a woman because of they don't look like some model who might not be heterosexual anyway. I'm just be real with it. They're worried about they don't look like a model, but you don't necessarily need that. I'm just be real. As long as you fix up what you got, and then click with their personality, click with them. Shit, you can get in there. You can get in there, because ultimately, like, women, see one thing, these guys thinking a woman is checking out a man the same way a man check out a woman. Because look, as men, in general, we check out beauty. Even though somebody like me will say, check out other shit. Let's be real with it. You get men who will pay for a beautiful woman. And she can have a fucked up personality. They'll trick on her. They'll think, but she beautiful. The mistake many men make is thinking women checking out men the same way. They looking at every fucking thing. They looking at shit you ain't even thinking about. They could be looking at your fingernails and shit. Like, literally. They look at everything about you. And they do it in like a second. You know, if they taking their time, 3 seconds. So that's the thing. That's the thing that women... That's the thing men gotta understand. So, yeah, if you don't have those model looks, okay. Fine. Ain't a bad thing. You gotta like say, okay, what do I have? Alright, that's what I'm gonna use. That's what I'm gonna use. Anyway, right. That's all I got. But yeah, just fix yourself up. If you ain't looking like all that, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You know, develop your body, develop your style. Shoot, you still get a good haircut, still let the barber bless you. Develop everything you can. Like, you can only do so much with your bone structure. But work on everything else. Work on everything else. Because let's be real out here. You get some guys out here, and they don't look like no model getting a woman, but some guys think, well, it must be the money. There's only 10% of the population who got money like that. Like the other day, I was in a poor area of, I was in Aberdeen. I was in Aberdeen, for those familiar with Hartford County. And there was a bunch of guys. There was a bunch of guys walking around with like a decent woman. I say 6 to 7 range. Decent woman, like decent face, in shape, all that shit. And let's be real. If they in shape, that's good, right? So, you know. And you're looking at the guys ain't that tall. Don't look like they can model. You know, some had extra weight on them, everything. You know, ain't always money. See, guys who thinking, yeah, you know, if they don't look good, it must be money. Stupid. If you ask them, okay, where they live or who they hang out with, they don't go out. They fantasizing. You know? Because money, men, shit. Let's be real. Less than 10%, maybe less than 5%, really. Men who really making over 6 figures. So it ain't always money. You know? Guys working on regular jobs and shit. They getting women. But what they doing, they connecting with the woman. So that's the important thing. So anyway, that's all I got for now. All right? I want y'all to think about that shit. Like, you rolling with me, all it is just about being the best you can be. You know, don't worry about that other shit. That's some bullshit. All right? Anyway, I'll talk to y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.